Okay, we're back at it again today. We got a little bit of work to do around the homestead. So, yeah, we're gonna get after it with the excavator today. So you can see I got a saw on my shoulder. And I've got some helpers today. We gotta clean up some branches and some trees that we put down earlier. And after the last windstorm, there's been a couple of trees that have fallen over the fence line that need to be taken care of. And the ground. Well, I guess there's a certain area of the field that I need to get in and mulch down so we can get it back from all the vine maples. We'll see if we can actually get to that today. That's all going to be dependent on the ground condition. So, let's go get the excavator fired up and we'll go from there. Okay, first things first. Hopefully this view is good. A little bit of first person view. First off, what I gotta do is I gotta walk over to the burn pile. Okay, so I've got a couple of trees taken down. I had a camera on me inside the excavator, but that one decided to freeze on me, so a lot of the footage that I had of taking those trees down, there was roughly one here and one in between these two that I just dug the root system out, pushed them over, and then pulled it all out. Did a little bit of cleanup over here. You can see kind of, best way to see it, kind of down right there. All of this area looked similar to that, so I just pulled out what I could. And then right here was where that tree, the initial tree was that went across the fence and up there. So yeah, it's a lot cleaner than it was before. I really wish that other footage hadn't have gotten, or would not have gotten screwed up. But next up is we're gonna get out into here. You can see all these vine maples. I'm gonna get in here and mulch all this down. Take back a little bit of this field, see what's back there, see where the hill starts. Looks like the hill's relatively close, right up in here. I mean, the camera doesn't do it justice as far as depth perception and where it goes up, but all back in here. I want to see how steep the hill is. Get all this uncovered, really kind of get an idea of what we might be able to do with this back here. But yeah, that's next up. Next thing I'll do is go get the mulcher hooked up. We'll take a portion of this fence down and we'll get after it. Might end up taking all of it down. Really don't want to have to worry about getting into the fence and having to cut it off the drum. It's not like we're gonna keep any animals in here anyways, but I'm assuming that I'm probably going to tie in right here. I'll probably end up taking this section of fence out and then just entering in here. So yep, I'll go get that hooked up and we'll get after it. All right, from where we started this morning to where we are now, I mean, it all used to look like that vine maple. We pulled the fence line out, mowed it all back. Still needs to be bladed out just a little bit. It was rough ground, but I mean, you can see so much more space that you can actually use. Instead of, you know, there used to be a fence line roughly right here, and so from here up to that point there was just all unusable vine maple. Now I got it down here. I mean, there's some sizely stumps in here. Yeah, that's a big stump. But yeah, other than that, and then the work that we did back here yesterday, there's a tree here, there's a stump back there, but now there's just way more space. Yep, just a little bit of land prep in there now, and it'll be good to go. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe. You can see more of these projects. You can see more of this. Right there, you can see more of that and of that. Yeah, this is some of the stuff of what my company does too. Still kind of a little bit in the off season. Things are a little bit too wet, but the weather got good enough for a couple of days, so I jumped in and did it at my own place. Another thing too, if you're located locally here in the Pacific Northwest, go to the email in there. If you want something like this done on your own property too, I'm available. I'll come out, I give free bids. But again, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe. Don't miss the next projects that I have coming up. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for tuning in. All right, catch you on the next one.